Hello everybody, I'm back today with another basic technique using Sue Wilson dies, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make some shaped cards. These decorative octagons are fantastic and you can make your shaped cards using these because each set comes with a variety of straight edged octagons, and then you can decorate them up using these. But I wanted to be a little bit fancier, so what I've done is I've gone to the stitched octagons and found one which is slightly bigger than this die I wanted to use for my card, and this is the one I found fitted, and this is actually number 3, which means it's the third one in. And I've also chosen a border die which has got a straight edge, which will come in useful later on. So for this card, all I need is my octagon die. You could equally use your hexagons and have the straight edge there with pointy tops, tentfold, anything you want. So my die is going to be put onto my scoreboard, and all I'm going to do is score just a little bit off to the side. Now I've got some textured card here, some linen effect, and I want the linen to show on the inside of my card. So I'm going to fold it so the linen is touching the linen. So this is going to be the spine of my card. So I'm going to give it a nice sharp crease. And now I'm going to take my octagon, and I don't want the cutting line to cut through here. Otherwise you're just going to have two separate pieces. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line the inside edge of my die with my spine. And it's better to go further out than in, because the further in you come, the more chance you're going to cut through that spine. So I'm just going to take some repositionable tape, and if I show you now, the inside edge is against the spine, so when I turn it over I can actually see the inside stitching and the cutting edge is off the card. That's exactly what I want. So I'm just going to send this through. Now, bearing in mind we have got 2 layers of cardboard, so you may have to run it back and forwards a couple of times. But equally, because we've got straight edges, rather than going back and forwards and squashing and flattening, what you can do is take your scissors, open it out and cut. This is probably a better way to do it so that you don't lose your stitch detail by crushing it going back and forwards, back and forwards. So there we have our octagon and a flap. So we've got this fish shape going on here. So I've also gone then and cut one more octagon out of my linen card. So this is going to be my front. So what I'm going to do now is, this is a bit big, so what I'm going to do is bring my trimmer in, and depending how much you want, you can go corner to corner, so you don't even have to measure anything, or line up your crease line or your spine with one of these lines. I'm going to do it with a 1 inch, and you'll get a smaller flap. So it's up to you how big you want it to go. So here I've got my linen, nice stitch detail, and that's all I'm going to do now is put some tape on just so it holds for the video. But what I'm going to do is take some glue to make it a bit more permanent. And bearing in mind, we cut this in a little bit, so the octagon isn't going to fit here. The edges are 2 different sizes. So line up your octagon on the other side. Okay. And there we have it, our shaped card. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm not a fan of this showing. You could cut another octagon out and stick it on the inside, but then it starts to get a bit bulky. So to hide this edge, this raw edge, what I've done is that border die I showed you at the start, I've cut it out, and this straight edge is just going to butt up against there, and when I glue it down, it'll just hide that edge, and also gives a nice little bit of detail inside the card. It's quite detailed, so I'm going to try and get as much glue on as I can, because I'm going to be trimming off in a second, and I don't quite know where it'll be cut, so I'm going to make sure it's all glued down securely. I'm just going to line it up. Stick it down, and I'm just going to trim off any bits I can see. And that just tidies up the inside. Now if it hasn't glued down because of where you did it, just add some glue to the edges so it doesn't lift. There we are. And there you have it. A shaped octagon card with the edge now barely visible because we've hidden it with that border, which looks really nice on the inside as well. So now what we can do is go ahead, use the same aqua card I used for the border, and we can start making the front. So when using these decorative dies, I don't send them through together. I'll do them one at a time. So I've got the edge, so that's the front edge. Now I'm going to take my inside one. I'm just going to steal the tape off this one. So always cut the straight edge and then the decorative edge. Don't do them together, just in case they cross over in your machine. So the bits are falling out already. Good cut. And we can start building up our shaped card. So I'm going to off and finish this, but there you go with the basic technique. Thanks again for stopping by, and see you again soon.